So recording started again. So maze is one of the tool. With the help of we can create the user task, right? Another tool is look back. So look back, what you look back is give you the masses of the audience, right? Like, and in that audience you can choose your own user group, right? As on the basis of your product requirement. So another one tool is focus user is one of the tool which I use. Yeah, user testing. So this user testing, they have their own user focus group. So what they do, so how it works. So they say that okay, target your customers, then ask the customer, watch how they are using, and learn, create your report and share it, right? So this type of process or tools, that particular application in the book that is not mentioned, but I must telling you that from my own experience, right? So over here we will talk more about the user research. So basic, jump into the market and ask the question. So market research methods like surveys, focus groups, and other tools are also good tools. One is like let's suppose for the user research there are two types of user research, right? This book will explain you at below, but I must tell you right now. One is the qualitative and second is the quantitative, right? Qualitative means you are doing your research on few users, like 10 to 15 or max 20, right? But quantitative is you are doing user research on masses, like in thousand, in lakhs, but the big number of the user, less questions, unless you are not giving any goodies to the user to fill up that particular survey form, right? So to tackle that particular problem, that how to send the survey forms and how to receive the data, Google also providing a Google Forms tool, right? So that is a very good tool which we are using, and you should also use whenever you will work on your case study, right? And second tool is type form. So this is another tool. You can create so what this tool is doing, it's same like Google but more interactive. So with type form you can create a survey form, right, and send a survey form to your user and they will fill it, and then this particular form tool will generate a report. Like you're asking question, okay, which shoe you like the most, right? Which company? So Adidas, Nike, blah blah. So this is a survey, right? And you are sending this particular survey to thousands of users. So everybody is wearing shoes on daily basis. So if that particular company name is available in that list, they will check it, right? So on the basis of that, you can get the data from the masses, right? So that is called quantitative. Like there is a quantity is on the top, you know. In qualitative, less numbers, but we can ask a lot of questions, right? We can invite user in our studio, in our company, or any other place, and we can ask the question. Even we can ask the question from phones, and we can write the notes on the Google Docs and all. Yeah. So there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of methods to capture the user research. The end goal is, are you asking the question to your user or not, right? So market research method is like surveys, focus groups can be valuable source of general information about your user. These methods are most effective when you clearing articulate for yourself what information you are trying to get out of them. Contextual inquiry refers to the whole set of actually these are example of the user research, right? So there could be some other options or other examples maybe, right? But he is explaining with the example that okay, this is the meaning of the user research and this is how they are doing and how you should do, right? So the contextual inquiries refer to the whole set of methods that collectively form the most powerful and comprehensive toolkit for understanding a user in context of their everyday life, hence the name. So these techniques are delivered from methods used by anthropologists to study cultures and society. It's giving the example. We will come, this is very important, this word task analysis. What does that mean? It means, let's suppose you are creating a vegetable, right? So what type of question you have to ask to your user? That is actually a task for the user, right? Because you are going into the market and asking the question. So those questions are tasks. Either you are saying that good, bad, best, three options you can say, or you can write some notes, whatever the inputs you are getting from your user, or you can say that okay, thumbs up, thumbs up. So any type of, that is the taking the those are the units of taking the input from the user, right? Like either you are saying okay, thumbs up, right? Like, dislike, right? Happy, unhappy, right? Or you are simply adding the notes on your paper, right? So the idea behind task analysis is that every user interaction with a product takes place in the context of some task that user is performing. Sometimes the task is very focused, right? We can say our user, okay, this is particular app, maybe our competitor app, right? And we can say that okay, can you book a order on this, right? Or can you request a order on this or to the particular user. So maybe that is the existing app, right? But we can get some insights about that particular flow which we can crack in our application. So that is a smart approach, right? How you understand the market, understand the user needs, and understand the business, and all three things you are mingling with each other, right? To elevate the whole user experience. Getting my point? Okay. So sometimes the task is very focused, such as buying a movie tickets, and sometimes it's broader, such as learning about international commerce regulations. Task analysis is a method of closely examining the precise steps user go through in accomplishing those tasks. The examination can be done either through interviews, in which you get users to tell you stories about their experiences, right? Like I told you, the market survey, or through direct observation in the field, like studying the user in their natural habitat. So what is user testing? This is also a very important topic which I will explain tomorrow, right? So rather than making bore this class, let's talk about something new, okay? So let me open this one. Check what it is. So let's talk about some UX design myths, right? To refresh the mind stay away from the theory. So UX myths are: people read on the web. It's called reading. It's how people install new software into their brains. This is actually a myth. Why? Because I think in my previous class I told you that people don't read, they only scan. No, then have it all. Okay, so actually post
जो आपने टाइप में पोस्ट की people don't read.
हाँ अच्छा वो okay, I was talking about the post. Okay, anyway, but that is this is a myth that people read on the web. Why? So let me explain you. Like, let's suppose you go there, right? You go into the services. What you read? You read only services. then you go down, you will only scan this uiuxdesign. After that there are a lot of paragraphs, but then you
Hello.
then you read these bullet points. So I'm telling you the user behavior, that how users see the interface. So let's suppose if user like this B2B B2C, then user will jump into another page. What user will read first? This heading only, or scan. After that user will say, okay, B2B, okay, this is the difference. Okay, B2B B2C are described. Okay, wow, what is UX? I don't know about UI UX. So let's read in the detail. This graphic will also help them, that what is the difference in between UI and UX. Then user research. So this is actually a myth. So whenever you are creating a page on internet, right, try to focus on the headings, bullet points and paragraph in one single line. Never ever write with bulky paragraph, right? Let me give you one more example. This is one of the beautiful website, I mean, in concern of accessibility and usability. So this website actually talk about regarding digital marketing, okay? But when you read this blog, they talk about paragraph, and these are the actually paragraph, but one single line. It's very easy for the user, right? You will never see on this blog even a paragraph in two lines, only single, you see, single lines. So this is more approachable, more readable in front of a user, and they can enjoy the whole article. Even article is too big, you see, this is the scroll. So people don't read on the web.
So don't you think the law of proximity plays a great role?
Yeah, that can. So all pages should be accessible in 3 clicks. It's not possible. How it's possible? If let's suppose in my website maybe there is more than 150 pages, so those all 150 pages accessible in 3 clicks? No. So that is a myth. Next myth is people don't scroll. Do you think this is true? It's a myth. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we are just swiping, top to left, top to right to left, top to bottom. We are just swiping or scrolling. So it's a myth. Next myth is, because we should also clear the myths in our branding, So next thing is, so proof is, what do you think about the web is wrong, folding the fold? Let's talk about it. Design has to be original. Myth. Design could inspire from another design, right? And rather than making a original design, we should focus on the usable design. We should focus on the usability, readability, accessibility, scalability, right? So this is a myth. If your design is good, the small details does not matter. No, it matters, right? Why? Because if your design is so good, right, but let's suppose you just miss the contrast, and in that particular design, a physical challenged person cannot able to design that, use that particular product or the website, cannot able to read properly on the website. Do you think that good design have a good experience? No. At least for that particular user, it is not. So that is that mean, right? So So next thing is more choices and features result in higher satisfaction. This which we already clarify in Miller's law or Hicks law, you know. So that is a myth. Icons enhance usability. No. It's not icons. It helps user actually, but if you are introducing an unknown or a new innovative icon in front of a user without the text or the description, he will never understand what is the meaning of that until unless he press and go into the another screen. So that is a challenge for him, you know. You are like your user. Possible? It's a myth. Because we are the designer, we are not a user. So we have to put it fit in our user shoes, right? Users make optimal choices. No, it's a myth.
Optimal means
Optimal means like user have less choices. The homepage dashboard is the most important page. Do you think this is true? It's not true, because on our website and on any website, the maximum users are coming from the Google. They are not coming directly on the website. So homepage, obviously it should design well, but it doesn't mean that that is the most important page. My blog and a particular article may be pulling the 80% of traffic or in that particular month or in that particular week, right? But for that particular week, that is the page should be very accessible and usable, you know. So it's a myth. You don't need the content to design. So in design, do you think without content we can design it? No, we need content, good content, or you can say UX experience content, you know. So people can tell you what they want. No, they can never tell me, right? Until you put a chatbot over there.
they don't know themselves.
Yeah. Yesterday you did the usability testing. You got the answer. How user are doing, you know, and how developers or bad experience happen on a particular product, you know. Aesthetics are not important if you have good usability. No, it's not bad. It's not true. Design aesthetics should be there, right? So it's a balance of usability and a good aesthetical design. What is that? 84% of consumer site colors are primary reason they buy a particular product. No, it's not true. Right? What Amazon have colors? The orange one and the black one. People make decision on the basis of product quality, reviews, pricing, and all. They don't give any important to the particular design. Yeah. UX design is about usability. Do you think this is true? It is about usability, but not 100%. UX design is about usability. UX, what we design in the UX?
Experience.
In which form? Wireframe? Sketches?
You can say.
Yeah. So at the end product used by the user in the UI form, color UI, DLT, right? So I think UI design is about the usability, not the UX first, right? Or the both. People are rational. No, it's not like that. UX design is a step in a process. This is what we are discussing.
Yes.
So it's saying that UX design is a step in a process, just one step. No, it's not like that. UX is everywhere in each and every plane, you know. UX is common sense. No, it's not a common sense. It's for common user, you know. UX is just interaction design. No, it's not like that. If screen is coming with animation and we are saying, okay, wow, what a user experience. It's not like that. If let's suppose login screen is coming, but when I press adding my information, correct information like yesterday, and nothing is coming, what is the purpose of interaction design? Interaction design always elevate the UX, but it's not just the only part of the UX. So next is UX is the same as UI. This is the biggest myth, right? People don't change. No, they change. Technology always change the people, right? UX ends when the user leaves. No, it's not end. Even if they leave that particular application, right? Thank you. So let's see another thing. So getting bored or not?
No.
So shall we finish this as well? Don Norman. He's a very famous author, right? He has Design of Everyday Thing book, which is on my table as well, right? In yellow cover. Very good book, and whole book is only experiencing that how to experience the product and how a product can enhance the user experience, right? So in that particular book there are a lot of good examples. So let's talk about design principles quickly. What is that? So let me log in. You cannot create this using LinkedIn account. Okay, LinkedIn से login करते हैं. So I put my code. Where is that presentation? क्या है? अच्छा, my god, no, let's read it. Oops, sorry guys, I cannot open this. I think I can open this tomorrow because one day one slide. Rule is very simple. Let's see. Yeah, here we can see in another browser. We hacked the slide share. So design principle is visibility. Can see it, feedback, affordance, mapping, constraint, consistent. Don't confuse with the words. Visibility, right? How we see the interface. Quickly I will finish this particular presentation. Can see the state of device and possible actions. Again the visibility. So it doesn't mean that we are talking in this. We have digital dashboard over here. Here we have a physical product, a tab. And normally in good companies, you just put your hand under the tab and it will open. You take out, rather than there is no knob on the button, right? So this is a sensor one. Very challenging for the user to understand it. That where is the knob? Normally user will do if they are not habitual for this particular product. So visibility, how we see the Google, how we see the tables in the Excel file, right? So hiding certain function can be advantages in the user interface. So like in Google, we have just only one single bar, type here, else we will take care. You know? Again, the visibility. Visibility actually how a user see the particular interface. I'm not saying the product, but the interface. This is also a product, right? The mouse is also a product, but how to define the UX of this mouse is how easily I can click, how easily I can move my mouse, right? Is there any friction or not? Can I use this mouse on this smoothie or on this surface or not? You know, it's a reflector actually, but can I use it or not over here? So those all things are related to the usability and experience. Feedback, what is doing now, and needs to be immediate and synchronous with the user. So feedback, one of the sound works and feedback. Example, there are a lot of things, you know. If you put in calculator, it will give you the results. Affordance, perceived and actual properties of an object that give clues to its operations. Like this is a cattle, right? So where we have to put the tea and where we have to take the tea from the cattle. So design is very simple over here, right? Normally, Don Norman use this particular example a lot of time in his book, right? The cattle design, he is taking the one of the best UX. That okay, this is the exit point and this is the in point, you know. Affordance, how to use the again affordance. Mapping. So these buttons we see in the CD plate. Constraints, restricting the kind of interaction that can take place. So USB only use in the right side, right? If you will taking on the another side, it will not insert. So this is one example. So this seizure can only use from this part, from the handy part. You cannot use seizure from here. So this is constraint in the interface, right? I know this is a little boring, but sorry. So again, the constraint, right? Consistency, very important. So this we should read that. Designing interface to have similar operations use similar elements of achieving similar tasks. Systems are usable, learnable when similar concepts are expressed in similar ways. Enables people to quickly transfer prior knowledge to new contexts and focus on relevant tasks. 4 types of consistency: aesthetical, functional, internal, external. Means, if I will explain you from the digital platform, right? Digital software. So let's suppose there is a consistency. From there we are taking the user inputs. Like there is a product, user understand that product and then click on register or sign up. User sign up. After the user sign up, where we are taking that particular user, that is very important. Are we taking that user on that product which is actually required by the user, right? Or on dashboard, right? So this is a very crucial decision, because that is the entry gate. If user will come in this office, right, they will open the office. First, where they will go, right? They will simply go in this room, or normally they go in that particular HR rooms, right? So this is their usability when the new user come over there, right? So this is like consistency is very important. So to define the consistency, we talk about the design system, right? So if let's suppose application has 5,000 pages, a lot of modules, if there is no consistency, user will get confused, right? We should also take care that we have to keep the learning curve of a user very minimal. User can understand your interface very easily. That is only possible if you keep the consistency in your application. Again, consistency. So every logo of Mercedes on come over here, right? In the same, this is the same logo you can see in every car. Functional in whole over the world. Traffic lights you will see like this only. So why this, like, user don't need to understand actually that in this country green is down on top or and all, you know. So this is an international parameter, right? So this is the meaning of the consistency. Again, consistency, right? Whenever go in anything, even in Chandigarh, there is a map in each sector, right? So this is about the design principle, and I have a extra information for you regarding the design principles. If you go on my website, I wrote a proper blog on this particular topic. So that is this UXui design principles for beginners, a Bible. So here you must guys understand these all principles. So this is, you have to understand. There are, I put points, I put videos so that you can easily understand, right? Read it, just scan it, right? If you have any question, you can ask me tomorrow, right? But it's a blog, not a book, right? So I mentioned a lot of points over here, even the design system and all that. So just go through it, right? And try to understand the principles, UX principles. So that's it for today. Do you guys have any question? No question. So thank you, Vani, for joining today.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, let's talk tomorrow. I will share these links in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.